started this journey last September. Since then, it's kind of like a completely different person. I have pride in myself now. I take care of myself. It's just things as simple as actually getting a haircut instead of cutting my own hair with buzz clippers at home and having her help me with that, dressing better. So I take more pride in my appearance now. I've lost 20 pounds in the last year. Probably way more important than that is I used to constantly complain, literally have self-hatred and pity. And I was completely open and transparent about that with her. Of course, all I used to do was just talk about myself. That was like a huge piece of who I used to be, and I'm not that way at all anymore. I'm intentional about where I'm going now, and I own my problems, and not just own it, but I take action on it. I don't always know what that next action will be, but I know that I can figure it out. So when I started with this, basically, I was coming off of like 2 years of my wife and I probably had like sex 4 times in that 2 years. I was doing nothing at all to change our relationship. She came to me a couple times in those 2 years and to try to get my attention to do something. I was basically content to continue in that mediocrity for the rest of my life. I loved her and just thought we could be comfortable being friends. So I'm glad she shoved me off the cliff, no matter how it turns out. So yeah, I started that kind of on the floor, crying, panicked, feeling like I'm going to die without her. I'd be lying if I say that I still don't have moments where I freak out. But the difference is now I don't take that to her. I'm taking that to Jeff or other guys. I'm not taking that kind of raw stuff to her. Also, those dips are not nearly as deep as they used to be. That's huge. And then on the learning side, I've invested in myself there. I'm taking my relationship and skills in relationships as seriously or more seriously than I've taken my career. And I've done it for myself, and I've seen huge changes in the relationship. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot to go, and I don't know how that turns out, but I had to do it for myself first and foremost. Yeah, it's that way different mentality than, the years before that, where I was just like resigned to, well, this really sucks. I guess I'm never going to get laid the rest of my life because I'm really committed to my wife. I'm just going to whine and hate myself for the rest of my life because it sucks. That's not my mentality anymore.
Dude, I love it. And to your point of like our legs feel kicked out underneath us, man, I felt like I was an absolute free fall at the time. Like felt like my whole life was a shit show and just tons of resentment and anger. And so I feel absolutely blessed to find this work. I had no idea that this kind of work existed or this community of men existed, and that she wasn't just supposed to help me soothe all my pains, right? Made her wear way too many hats. So yeah, welcome, man. I'm proud of you for the work that you've been doing.
Thank you.